Hello, my name is Julie Dye, and I am one of the reading interventionists here at Prairie Point Elementary. If you are receiving this video, then that means that I have the privilege of getting to work with your child throughout the day to provide for them extra additional reading support. And so I wanted to go over just a few things that you are going to see as they are coming home each evening. They will be bringing home a book bag that looks like this. Their name will be in the front part. And inside their book bag will be several folders. There will be a blue folder that looks like this. Their blue folder is where they will place their books. So any books that they have will go inside of these pockets. Most of those books will be books that that will cover the skill that we are working on. So if we are working on short vowel sounds, like the short vowel sound for a, then there may be several words that have those sounds in it. So most of the books in there, that's what they will be. They will also have a folder that looks like this. This is green. This will be their game folder. And inside their game folder, we'll just have different games that work on those same skills as well. And so some of the games require dice. They might require a dry erase marker. Those will all be in that green folder. If they are first, second, and sometimes third grade, they will also have a folder that looks like this, their red folder, and this will contain their red words. We call our red words are those words that don't always follow those typical sounds. They may have some sounds that we have to know by heart. They're rule breakers, hence red or heart words. And so inside this folder, you will see a page that looks like this with words that are highlighted that they're able to read. And then on the other side, you will see anywhere from 2 to 4 words that they will be working on. You will notice that some of the letters are red, and that just lets you know that those are the sounds that we have to know by heart. They don't follow the patterns. So like if you think about the word was, W does make that W sound. So if they've learned that, then that's going to be a sound that they know. However, the next sound that you hear in was, it sounds like it should be a U, and instead it's an A. And then the last sound is Z, which should be a Z, but it's an S. So those are sounds that we have to know by heart. So you will notice that any of the sounds that we have to know by heart will be in red. You will also notice that I have dots underneath each sound. That just lets you know how many sounds are in that word. So sometimes you might have a word that maybe has a silent E. There won't be a dot underneath that because the E doesn't make a sound. So the dots will just be there to show you how many sounds it makes. When we're learning these words, it's really important that they do learn those orders and sequential order. And so on the back of this folder, you will see lots of activities and things that you can be doing to practice those. Oops, I've got it upside down. So you can read through and that'll give you different ideas. The biggest piece that I always like to share with parents is just to make sure that as you are practicing them, that you're not just flashing a card up in front of them and saying, okay, what's the word? That you're making sure that they are tracking those sounds from left to right. So most of the words will always have sounds that follow. They will typically have mostly sounds that follow the patterns, and there may just be a few that are off. Like for instance, if you look at the word for, it actually is phonetically correct. And then OR does say or. However, a lot of my students that are learning this word have not learned that OR says or. So we go ahead and put it in red because they have to know it by heart. They've not learned that yet. So most of our words do follow those, and that's going to be really important as they're practicing those. So those will be in the back. And then for my 4th and 5th graders, some 3rd graders as well, there will also be a resource folder in there. And this resource folder will just simply have, it'll have this table of contents. And then if you check, it will have posters, resources that they can go back and access whenever they're stuck on different things. So for instance, I'm going to do one that's more simple. Let's go back to the cat kite rule. We learn when to use a C and when to use a K. These are all things that we've gone over. They should be review. And so these were things that they can then go back and they can access whenever they're reading or they're writing and things like that. So that will be in there as well. In addition to that, these will be coming home every night. We will be sending home a reading log. And so we are encouraging our students to read for just 5 minutes an evening. If they can do more, that's amazing. But we know everybody's busy, and we know that a lot of times that may not happen. So we'll be telling our students to be thinking about a time that would work for them. It doesn't have to be the same time every day. However, typically what we find is that for some, it might work whenever they get home. That might be the best time. They eat a snack and they do their books, read from their books in their folder, maybe play a game in their folder for the first 5 minutes when they get home. Some it works better at bedtime. For some it works better in the morning. So just having that conversation with your child and just figuring out when would be the best time for you guys to do that, that's incredibly helpful. For some of my students, they may have like a really busy night. Sometimes they do it in the car while they're driving there, and they may be reading to their parents at that time. So whatever works, we're just really encouraging them to be able to get that extra time in books. We know that the more time that they are reading and using those skills and practicing those skills, the more automatic and the better the more effective readers that they're going to become. So that is that. I wanted to share that before. These will be coming home on Monday, and next week we are just wanting our students to just bring them home and bring them back. There will not be a reading log next week. So we're just kind of getting into that habit of being responsible and making sure that they're in our book bags and bringing them back. And then in a couple of weeks, that reading log will be coming home. And I will email you to let you know when that is. So it won't be next week, it'll be the following week. But I'll give you more information on that as that gets there. When they bring their reading logs back, I guess I should back up. When they bring their reading logs back on that Friday, we always let them, there's an incentive. So typically on that Friday, they can choose from the treasure chest where there's toys, there might be candy. They can choose something just as a way to say, hey, good job, you did it. You did an awesome job, keep it up. So we're really hoping that this will get them excited about books and excited about reading, because that's really half the battle is when you get excited about it, then you want to work hard and you want to get better and to improve. So as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me by email or by phone. I'm always here, and I'm looking forward to the year. Thank you.